So, guys, the Canadian immigration programs are under much intense pressure, and the signs of this pressure are available to be seen across the wide spectrum of PNPs and the other programs. Now, today in the news is the province of New Brunswick, where it has declared that they are filled with the quotas for a particular stream. It is very important to note because people who are planning for their permanent residence in the coming years should be well aware if they are going to be moving to the other provinces, Atlantics, which happen to be really really popular. Guys, very important news, and please be sure to watch this video up until the end. My name is Sahil. Welcome back, guys. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and I practice here in Ontario. My office is here. If you have to get in touch with me, my number is on the screen and the details are there in the description box. More than happy to speak with you. Before we proceed any further, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon because we talk a lot about Canadian immigration. And if you are an aspirant of moving to Canada, then this is a channel that you must be subscribed to all the time. So, guys, we are discussing the signs of pressure that are coming on the wide spectrum of Canadian immigration programs. Earlier this year, it started with student visas, then temporary visas, then it came on to temporary foreign worker program. There were LMIAs, then a lot of PNPs, including NFL, NB, Alberta, British Columbia. They started succumbing to the pressure, and today once again is the province of New Brunswick. First, let's take a look at what exactly is the news, and then we'll talk about the further implications. um, very recently, the province of New Brunswick declared on their website that starting August 16th, issuance of new invitations to apply under the New Brunswick express entry system are paused for the remainder of the year as our allocations for 2024 has reached. Guys, it is not so pleasant because recently there were kind of a couple of protests going on in the Atlantics. Overall, people were concerned because see what has been happening off lately is that because all the programs in the across the wide 12 other provinces, mainly people go to Ontario, BC, Alberta, and people generally want to look at the federal programs, for example express entry or any other central government program, because it is not PNP, it is not tied to a province, which means you have the freedom of mobility. Now freedom of mobility is still there, but still people want to go for a federal approved program. Now because the federal programs are coming under a lot of pressure, like there are over 2.5 million temporary residents, and the total number of permanent residents to be approved in a particular year are less than half a million. And the economic residents, people who would normally use these either PNPs or the other programs, is less than, or maybe say around 150K. That means the ratio to people who can actually get the PR is very very less. Because of that particular reason, everybody is sort of stressed out as to when they can apply for a PR, how soon can they apply for a PR. And that is why when people were either in the Greater Toronto area, which is GTA, or in the Greater Vancouver area, which is British Columbia, people, when they studied, because that's where the maximum number of colleges are, right? So a lot of students, a lot of temporary foreign workers, companies, everybody's sort of flocked around that area. And later when they realized that okay, now PR cannot happen only in Ontario or British Columbia, then they were looking at the other provinces. And so all the immigration lawyers, attorneys, counsels, consultants, agents, people who knew anything about immigration started pushing these people over to the Atlantics. Now Atlantics would be Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Newfoundland, and Labrador, where a lot of programs are there, including the Atlantic Immigration Program. Now, people started using those programs, started flocking there. So, dearth of jobs, like lesser jobs available, and a lot of people applying for there, sort of going to the province, looking for jobs, and hoping that they would get their PR. Eventually, what happened is the province was not ready with the infrastructure, jobs, and employers in that place. And suddenly people realize that okay, now their work permits or study permits would be coming to an end, and the PR is still not in the vision, and eventually they will have to leave Canada. That was the whole concern, the whole hue and cry that happened around the protest, the protests in multiple provinces, including Manitoba and the other provinces. Whereas Manitoba did help their EY applicants, but all the other provinces did not follow the suit. Come to this particular news today. New Brunswick Express Entry program happens to be a very important program because it is directly tied to the express entry profiles of applicants who would be there in the province. And eventually, what we are seeing is that the quotas or the number of people who are eligible or the number of applications that they would consider for this particular pathway has reached to its limit, and they would not be accepting any further applications. What they are seeing are that candidates applications that have been fully submitted before Friday, August 16th, will continue to be processed, as well as who received an ITA before the same date will be invited to submit their full nomination. But anybody who's going to submit any application after August the 16th or gets invited, moreover, they will not send invitations anymore. But still, anything beyond August the 16th will not be entertained. So if you received an invitation or if your application was already in the system, it will continue as is. If you received an invite, please go ahead and submit the file, but no more invitations. All the other programs, as you can see already, are still under consideration. Now, if you look at the strategic initiative, this is separate. It's a separate program altogether. If you look at skilled worker, NOI, expression of interest submitted after May 17th, it's already temporarily paused. So this was, these are all signs that not only New Brunswick but all the other provinces are also under tremendous pressure because their quotas are very limited. It's not like their personal choice that they can invite 5,000, 10,000 people. They are given quotas by the the federal department. And also, in fact, a couple of provinces have decided to do away with their quotas as well. They said, okay, we cannot accommodate so many people, we want to reduce it, and New Brunswick was also one of them. So I would say that it is very important for you to follow closely onto these programs, because if you are coming to Canada, if you are planning to move to different provinces, then you should know where you should be going, considering the occupations, the quotas, the number of people that can be invited for PR. Guys, I hope the news today was helpful, gave you much insights into what's happening in the world of Canadian immigration. If you have anything to discuss with us, please feel free to schedule an appointment with us on the details on the screen. We would be more than happy to speak with you. We wish you all the best, and we really hope to see you soon in Canada. All the best.